Welcome back to episode 6 of my Age of Wonders 3 2-unit challenge, where it's me having 2 units, 2 military units versus 5 allied AI Emperor opponents. And in this episode, it is now turn 20, and the big thing I wanted to show you is my first tomb clear. So the tricky thing about Undead is that the lifesteal mechanic doesn't work as well. And so with here, the Warg and the Hellhound are both flesh units. They're not undead. So I was counting on being able to get some melee action with them on my life drain hero to keep their health up. And so we've got the 80% physical protection from the 20% plus the 60% of shadow form. So nice and beefy. I think we also got last stand on here as well. Yeah, so he's going to be a tanky boy. And he's got lifesteal upgrade by default. So you'll see how this goes. So I was a little worried about the undead units and the ranged units, but these guys, don't pose any threat at all. Now, of course, this guy is now undead. So that's it. So that's it for life-stealable stuff, I believe. Well, thankfully, his defense is up pretty damn high. So you can see. So he's ghoul, so there's no lifesteal, but he's got 80% physical protection. So they're just doing 1 damage each time, right? And my Monster Slayer as the attribute on this coming in handy. So now he's got everybody locked down, so I'm able to come up here and get in his face here. So he's, that was a ghoul ward, and now it's a cadaver, and I have to be mindful of this. But he's standing on where the other guy is. So, again, takes just tiny bits of damage. What's his blight protection is what? 20%. Okay. So he step backs and he heals. So he's wasting time throwing curses, which is great. I'm just waiting for this guy to attack and go in. But the thing is, when you have first strike, they're hesitant to attack. Like, they don't attack because if they attack, he will strike first and die. So they're like really disincentivized. Boom. Nice. So unfortunately, it just keeps him locked down while they do ranged, but he has enough hit points that things are going okay. So go in there. That's a fair bit of range damage. I was not expecting that much, but we've got some healing units, and so I'm able to cheese some additional heals so that I can leave the battle with plenty of heal. Martial arts. Again, he's hesitant to attack because he will first strike him to death. So it makes the AI do really funny things when they just sit next to you because they're afraid to move or attack or do anything. I think that was all of interesting stuff. That was not an interesting battle. See, at this point, given this is not very interesting, you'll just see Meat Grinder with the lifesteal, I think. Yeah, I do a little bit of split just to make it as easy as possible, but I don't really need to worry. Just trying to keep them down here so they don't have too much. See, do so little damage and gets plenty of lifesteal back. So plenty of range damage, and that gets annoying. He's just sitting next to him here, the horseman does not want to attack. And so I'm like, okay, they're just doing range damage, very little, but eventually, I mean, it will be enough, so I have to bring this guy up to increase my options. What is his 1811? what, 24, 26, and 16. So I finally eliminate that guy to bring him back, and then my plan will be to place them between guys so I can get some tasty lifesteal going. So they at least get some life drain, plenty of life drain there. So he's already back up at full health from all that. Yeah. So just tireless life drain. You get the point. So that was an easy city capture. I think we already talked about that. So in terms of changes, extra range. So I got, this is the healing item. We've got their own life drain weapon coming. Level 11, what has changed? Don't know that any of that has changed. Yeah, no mounts there yet. Over here, we picked up some lovely floating boots, which really helps with mobility. Level 12, I don't think there's been any change. I think all of this is the same, sitting on some points currently. Yeah, now working towards scout training here because I want to get Master Cartographer, because it's about that time when I come looping back this way. I need to see where the opponents are so I can think about smart movement. Steadfast Ward is great. I'd love to have that in addition to what I have already with the Phoenix Warrior, which I picked up recently. So things are going fine. I'll want this eventually for when I can spare the health. This would be okay just for a little bit of gold boost for here. I don't know if it applies to vassal cities. So that's where we're at. And I will see you in episode 7.